This show has too many great moments for just one list. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for another top 10 unforgettable Glee moments. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at more unforgettable scenes from Glee and ranking them based on their sense of fun, emotional impact, and their dramatic role within the larger narrative. If you don't see a moment you think should be on here, be sure to check out our first video on the topic.
It's time to try defying gravity.
Number 10, Me Against the Music, and Britney Spears.
Hey Brittany, are you ready?
When Glee returned for season 2, the second episode, Brittany, encapsulated everything that made the second season so joyous and enjoyable to watch. The entire Me Against the Music sequence is beautifully filmed and edited, and it serves to showcase Heather Morris's incredible talent as a dancer.
All my people on the floor, let me see you dance. All my people wanting more, let me see you dance.
Oh, and did we forget to mention that Britney Spears herself shows up? Her cameo caps an already mesmerizing musical number, and sets a high precedent for the rest of the season, and for more high-profile guest stars to come.
You're really hot.
You're sweet.
And your breath smells really good.
So does yours. And you know why? Because this is a fantasy.
Brittany will always be one of our favorites, though. Number 9, the school shooting.
Let's get started.
The 4th season episode Shooting Star went in a bold direction, as the students were forced into lockdown during a school shooting, or what seemed like one anyway. The lockdown sequences were directed with confidence and maturity, and the acting perfectly conveyed the characters' feelings of fear and panic.
Start texting, tweeting, let everyone know what's going on. But don't tell me we're here, all right? Shooters have smartphones too.
It also wasn't afraid to go to some dark places, like Artie convincing the class to film goodbyes to their parents.
Artie, what are you doing? If we don't get out of here, people need to see this.
Glee wasn't really a show to make you tense and fearful, which makes this scene even more jarring and unforgettable.
I love you, Dad. Thanks for, everything.
Number 8, Burt Hummel's heart attack.
Considering that I've dedicated a week of my musical life to you, I hope you can see it in your heart to answer my prayers.
After Finn sees what looks like Jesus in the grill marks of his grilled cheese, he turns the Glee Club to religion. At the same time, Kurt's father Burt suffers a devastating heart attack and is placed in the hospital.
I don't understand what you're saying. When is he gonna wake up?
Burt's heart attack is of course horribly sad, and it makes for some beautiful scenes involving Kurt. That bedside talk regarding an undercooked chicken is particularly touching.
You put it on the table, and you cut into it, and it was raw. And we both looked at each other for a second and cracked up before we remembered that we weren't supposed to yet.
But his heart attack also helps lead to some welcome character development for both Kurt and Sue, whose beliefs are directly tied to her sister's Down syndrome.
God never makes mistakes. That's what I believe.
Isn't it just like Glee to glean themes of faith and religion from a grilled cheese sandwich?
I don't believe in God, Dad. But I believe in you.
Number 7, Seasons of Love.
525,600 minutes.
As fun as the bombastic musical numbers like Me Against the Music are, nothing beats a touching song from the heart. Such is the case with the quarterback's Seasons of Love from Rent. While we named Make You Feel My Love the number 1 unforgettable moment in our original list, we must also mention this beautiful sequence, which saw the New Directions saying goodbye to Finn.
525,000 journeys to plan.
As much as it works within the context of the show, we can't divorce fiction from reality. This is a beautiful send-off for actor Corey Monteith from both old and new cast members, and it sets the melancholic tone for the rest of the episode. Like a funeral, it's both sweet and heartbreaking in equal measure.
Measure your life in love. Seasons of love.
Number 6, Dave Karofsky attempts suicide.
Life's too short to even care at all. Whoa. It's terrible.
Glee is not the type of show to resort to one-dimensional characters. In the first season, Karofsky was portrayed as a little more than a bumbling idiot of a bully.
I'm waiting for this cough syrup to come down.
yet the writers expanded his character, and by the third, he was a tortured and bullied kid who resorted to suicide to solve his problems. The suicide attempt is dramatically paired with Blaine singing Young the Giant's Cough Syrup, a haunting song about burying pain and feeling numb.
Waiting for this cough syrup to come down.
While many point to Teenage Dream as Blaine's defining moment, one could certainly make a case for this stirring scene. It's a nicely edited and scored sequence that adds complexity to a one-note villain, while Darren Criss sings his heart out. Number 5, Teenage Dream, acoustic version.
This is a song that I sang the first time I ever met the love of my life. So Kurt, this is for you.
Speaking of Teenage Dream, how could we forget the heartbreaking rendition Blaine performs for Kurt in Season 4's The Breakup?
We can dance until we die.
It serves as an intentional callback to the legendary Season 2 performance, which was sung with vitality and passion, thanks to the budding feelings between Blaine and Kurt. On the other hand, this acoustic version is raw and darker, literally, which serves to illustrate their respective headspaces and relationship troubles.
You make me feel like a teenage dream.
The stark contrast helps contextualize their breakup, and it makes us yearn for simpler, happier times like their first kiss. Number 4, I'll Stand By You.
You gotta let it out.
How?
By singing.
One of the major storylines of the first season is Quinn's pregnancy. Despite Puck being the father, Quinn leads Finn along and tells him that the baby is his, leading to this terrific cover of I'll Stand By You.
Oh, why you look so sad?
Spurred on by Kurt, Finn finally opens up and proves his commitment to his unborn child. It's a touching sequence that helps build Finn's character, and it allows us to feel his devotion and fatherly pride.
I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you.
It proved that Finn was a good man, despite Quinn's lies, and it added further depth and dramatic tension to the pregnancy storyline.
I'll stand by you.
Number 3, Coach Beiste leaves Cooter Menkins. Coach Beiste initially served as a bit of a joke character, especially in Never Been Kissed, when the kids used their coach to cool off during makeout sessions.
Coach, don't take it personally.
I do take it personally, Will. I take it very, very personally.
But over time, we saw that Coach Beiste was a complex and troubled character, stuck in an abusive relationship, and used a tough exterior to hide secret pain and vulnerability.
He started yelling, and I tried to calm him down, and then he hit me.
Despite giving Cooter a second chance, Coach Beiste finally leaves him in a triumphant moment of self-love and respect in Season 3's Props.
I got shame about what happened between us, but I leave that here with my ring and with you.
And while a lesser show may have made this departure cheesy and cartoonishly uplifting, here it's portrayed as painful and difficult.
I don't hate you. That's the awful part of it. I love you. But what does that say about what I think of me?
Coach Beiste loves Cooter Menkins, but chooses self-love first, which is demonstrated by later coming out as transgender and eventually taking the steps to transition to a male and becoming Sheldon. Number 2, Quinn Fabray's car crash. On My Way is quite a difficult episode to watch. Not only do we witness Karofsky's suicide attempt, but the episode ends on an ambiguous and terrifying note when Quinn is involved in a horrible car accident. Wanting to know where her bridesmaid is, Rachel texts Quinn and inadvertently dooms her to paralysis, as Quinn gets distracted by the text and runs a stop sign. It's a chilling note to end the episode on, especially considering the ominous "to be continued" that flashes across the screen following the accident. We only wish that something more emotionally impacting would have come of it, because her miraculous and speedy recovery was a little bizarre.
I promise that by the time we go to nationals, I'll be out of this chair and dancing on that stage.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
If you wanna view paradise, simply look around and view it. Carry me that far, gotta have roots, the fragrant chair. Dynasty, my love, what is so cool?
I'm gay.
I know.
Really?
I've known since you were 3.
Hey, Santana, why don't you just come out of the closet?
Number 1, Faithfully.
Highway run into the midnight sun.
This was the moment we were all waiting for, and it was just as beautiful as we had imagined. As they're preparing to take the stage at regionals, Finn walks over to Rachel and proudly professes his love to her, leaving her literally speechless.
Break a leg?
I love you.
The two then perform a gorgeous rendition of Journey's Faithfully, complete with many longing looks and a spine-tingling reveal of the new directions on stage.
They say that the road ain't no place to start a family.
We're not sure if this is the most iconic duet in Glee history, but it's certainly up there.
I'm forever yours, faithfully.
It was a great song choice, a great performance, and there was great meaning behind the song itself. It was a perfect end to a perfect season of television.
I'm still yours, faithfully.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.